my life. I have a car, 2 kids, and a wife. I'll probably be here for the rest of my life. I'm living on the island. When summer comes and winter falls, the island ladies go to shopping malls. Take daddy's credit card, charge it all. They're living on an island. Oh, we're living on Long Island. Oh, you know it's so much fun. I'm living on the island. I'm just basking in the sun.
Hey, Andy, give me a vodka. Is that your Camaro? It's gorgeous.
You know, I went to high school with Billy Joel.
Wow.
I go to Hamptons on Friday night. I party hard till sunshine bright. Then I'm sitting in traffic on Sunday night. I'm living on an island.
Welcome to the Gagootz Show, everyone. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. I'm your host, Benny Rizzuti, and this is your lovely host, Nicole LaMonaco.
Hey.
And as you can tell, we're a few days early for Halloween.
I'm a pirate.
And I'm Fat
I'm
Lincoln.
pirate.
You look like you're a great pirate.
I feel like a great pirate. I feel like I want to be like in Captain Hook, but I don't have a sword or anything to.
You're like Captain Goldilocks.
Yeah. I'm through there. You're Abraham Lincoln.
I'm Fat Lincoln, yeah.
Maybe
with
Jeannie will
glasses.
show up later and be John Wilkes Booth.
Yeah, Jeannie heard I was going to be Lincoln and said I want to be John Wilkes Booth. So
Because she loves you so much. So we're celebrating Halloween, obviously. It's coming up on Saturday, so we're bringing some festivities to the Gagootz Show today. I'm a pirate, he's Abraham Lincoln. And what's your favorite Halloween movie?
my favorite Halloween movie?
Yeah.
Horror movie? I don't know. I'm trying to think because I was thinking of stuff I wanted to watch for the weekend.
Right.
And I'm not sure. What's yours? And then I'll try to...
I am a fan of the original Halloween.
The original Halloween?
Michael Myers. I love Michael Myers. There was a point in my life where I said if I ever had a son, I was going to name him Michael Myers, or Myers Michael. But I'm probably never having kids, so I guess the next cat will be Michael Myers. No, that, and I liked, I actually just saw a really good horror movie. It was called Mockingbird.
Yeah?
Yeah, have you heard of it?
No.
No, it was good. It was very strange. I guess if you saw the movie Saw, it was similar to that because they put people in these scenarios where they had to kind of fend for themselves to get out of it to live, and things obviously go very wrong for people, and they die. And it was really good. I don't want to give too much away, but the ending was like, what?
But a real scary horror movie. I'm trying to think of what... and I've seen so many of them.
You don't have a
I
favorite?
love Dawn of the Dead, the original Dawn of the
I
Dead.
thought you were going to go like old school, like The Blob.
No, I didn't like the Blob is funny. If you watch the Blob, it's funny. I like the Frankenstein, the original Frankenstein
Yeah.
movies, but I don't consider them really horror
No, they're not scary.
anymore. They're not very scary.
No.
And I'm trying to think. I'm thinking Twilight Zone I love, but those aren't movies.
They should just make a movie out of your life because that's pretty much a horror film.
Thanks a lot. What a pal. How is my life a horror film? Please explain that to me.
I'm just kidding. You have to deal with me and Jeannie all the time. Isn't that horrific enough?
And I'm married to Nancy.
And you're married to Nancy.
I love you, honey. I'm only kidding. I was just looking for the joke here.
No.
And we have a great guest tonight.
We do. Fran Capo.
Capo.
We're
We're both bad with names.
terrible.
Fran Capo, who she'll tell you a little bit about herself later, but one of the things I can tell you is she's in the Guinness Book of World Records as the world's fastest woman talker, fastest talking woman.
When she comes on, I want to ask her a question. I can't do it.
But there's so many things about Fran Capo then, and Jeannie Powers will be here.
And we'll talk about our little current events and
Current events,
the craziness
commentator.
that's been going on in the world of society and Facebook and everything. I'm sure she's going to come in with some Bruce Jenner stuff, as she often does. So I'm looking forward to that. You know why I said Campo? It's funny because I met you. She's not on here yet, but when she comes on, I'm going to let her know. My first grade teacher was Mrs. Campo and looked just like her. And you know her first name was Fran. She was amazing. Yeah, she was cool as shit. She was a cool lady. So she's a cool lady too. So you'll see when she gets on.
And now this week, there's a lot going on.
Yes, this weekend we have at the Huntington Hilton in Melville. I'm doing a show with Isaac and Baker, Just Plain Keith, John Santo, and Greg the Greek that was on.
Right, Greg the Greek.
He will be on the show that I'm going to be at the Huntington Hilton for an NA convention. It's on Halloween. It starts at 10:30. Goes to a great cause. I think it's like $15. If you pre-order at the door, it gets more expensive. So if you want to come pre-order your tickets online, it'd be much cheaper. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Everyone on that show has been a guest except for Al Isaacs.
Right.
Scott Baker has been on.
He's been on by himself. I'm so excited to see them live because I haven't gotten
You haven't
a
seen
chance.
it? Oh,
No.
that's a fun show.
And
They're a lot of
I
fun.
hear that they put on a fantastic set because it's all improv. It's nothing is already pre-done or set or anything like that. So I'm excited.
Yeah, audience participate. It's a lot of fun. I've seen them.
You did?
And
Where
I-
did you see them?
I saw them at the Bolton Center in Bayshore.
Oh, right.
Yeah, like a year ago.
I'm
I
excited.
saw them. I'd like to see, I love Scott anyway.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
great. He did his, what was the police video that he...
I don't remember. I see, I can blame my memory on my age. I
Yeah.
can say I'm 60. What's your excuse?
I just don't pay attention enough.
I don't remember, but he has a web series that he's
Yeah,
trying
yeah.
to sell on there, and I don't remember what it's called either.
Yeah, it was supposed
Some
to be
cop
like
show.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine was originally where, like,
Right.
it was his, and they kind of bit off.
He
his-
pitched the idea
Yeah.
to them, and then they did Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and I don't remember. And he even wrote a book on police.
Anyway, so
Which
if you're
fit-
not doing anything on Halloween and that's where you want to be instead of at a Halloween party, come to the show. That's where I'll be.
I'll be home scaring children.
Oh, you stay
I'm
home?
gonna
You're
stay
you're
home,
let
yeah,
the
I'm gonna
kids
stay
come
home.
to your house and you're gonna be you're gonna do any tricks?
It's
or
a
do you-
Saturday.
All treats.
Well, in the daytime, because of little kids coming, I'm gonna be Alfredo Gagootz. So I'm gonna
Okay.
have the chef hat and the mustache, and I'm gonna, talking to the kids, and then at night, I'm gonna go all out. I'm gonna
You're gonna get scary.
get very scary. Yeah. I may, I don't know what, but I have fake blood. I have like a quart of the fake blood and everything. I usually do that.
Douse yourself in it.
Douse, have it coming out of my mouth.
Oh,
Yeah, I made a video like that.
Oh, I'm jealous. I kind of want to come there and help you.
But I decided it's a Saturday night. Kids are wild. I kind of want to watch my house and
I
my
don't blame you.
belongings.
They get crazy now. Actually, you know what? I don't think they're as bad as they were back in the day. Like, back then, they used to have, like, shaving cream and eggs and milk, like, cartons of eggs and toilet paper, everything.
Rotten tomatoes,
They
yeah.
smash your pumpkins. You don't see that anymore, really. Like, kids don't really go out that much.
We used to go to a field and do that and attack each other in a field and get all covered
Yeah.
with. And this way it was more fun because the egging the houses and the cars.
It's unnecessary. Don't
No.
do that, kids. Don't do
Yeah,
that.
don't be violent like
It's
that.
unnecessary.
I used to I have a two-car garage, and I used to turn it into a haunted house every Halloween.
Oh,
when
that's
Ryan
fun.
Because when we first moved in, Ryan was 9 years old, so we would do that, and that's why a lot of these props are the stuff that
Yeah,
and when you
you're-
go in my garage, you said I
There's
have,
so much stuff in there. Oh my God.
and I have.
I want to live in your garage. There's so many toys to play with in there. There's everything. You can see it just by the Halloween decorations. But oh my God,
I have
there's
friends-
backdrops. There's everything. There's Spider-Man's.
Hanging, yeah,
Everywhere.
Spider-Man hanging. And
I love it.
So I used to do that, and then as Ryan got older, then Nancy told me, it's starting to they were getting more violent now. It wasn't fun anymore.
Yeah.
It was,
It
so I
happens.
stopped. So this year I'm putting the stuff out, and then I'm going to get rid of some of it. It's just, yeah. I'm like,
You
take
know,
it with you.
more.
The next day, come over, and I'm going to do like a free, take whatever you want and take it home.
That's
Except for
good.
you can't have the Edgar Allan Poe.
No. I would be so upset with you if you got rid of that. Please don't.
No, I won't. I won't.
You know what I saw, speaking real quick of trick and treats, is on Facebook, there was somebody who was playing tricks on people, and they took onions and they dipped them in caramel, and they made caramel onions instead
That's
of
so
apple.
cool.
That's horrible. Imagine taking a bite out of the onion, caramel onion.
I say it's cool, but usually I'm the victim for that type of
Yeah,
stuff.
you'd be like,
anyway.
this is awesome.
Yeah,
I would be you.
it would be.
Yeah.
And then people used to stick like pins in candy bars, and so I went
That's
to a
just-
party where
that's just
someone took
demented.
a big spike and put it through through like a Milky Way bar as a joke.
Well, that's
Because you know.
yeah. But there's people out there that really do it. Raisin
I know,
plates
that's
and
ter-
apples and no.
That's
Something
terrible.
matter with you people. You should be institutionalized.
My problem is I buy the candy and then I eat half of it.
Yeah, it doesn't
I
even
damn
make
it.
it to Halloween.
No, Kit Kat paws are gone.
It's your guilty pleasure.
I'm not guilty about it. Not
Just
guilty.
is.
I'm trying to quit smoking, so I'm gonna
Are
double
you?
on the chocolate. Yes,
Really?
yes I
Good
am.
for you. I'm
really.
not. I'm totally smoking.
I know you
away.
like it, but you're 28. Go ahead, go for it. I'm 60. It's about
Yeah.
time. You know, or my tombstone is gonna be just a big cigarette pack. It's gonna be my tombstone.
That's not a bad
my
idea,
name.
actually.
Really?
Well, actually, I'm not going to have a tombstone because I'm going to be taxidermied. I'm going to be like,
Yeah,
I'm going to have
that's
a pack of Marlboro Lights in one hand like this and a cigarette in the other one like that.
That's it. You want to
my
be
dream come
taxidermy.
true, yeah. They don't let that happen to people, though, unfortunately.
I know.
It's my life. It's my body.
Maybe we'll just do a wax figure of you like
It's not
that.
the same. It's not the same. I want it to be me. Like, I want it to be me.
I got some uncles. Maybe they'll.
They know someone.
I know people.
I know everybody. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to be back with Jeannie and Fran. And you're watching the Gagootz Show on where?
Madhousetv.com.
We'll be right back.
Don't go away.
Cap of the Guinness Book of World Records fastest talking female. And welcome to Fran's Fast Fractured Fairy Tales. See, I said that slow. Today's fairy tale is Jack and the Beanstalk.
Once upon a time, a poor boy lived at home with his mother. All they owned was a cow which gave milk and they sold for money. One day, the old heifer came up bone dry. The mother told Jack to take the cow into town and sell it. No one wanted the lemon cow. One man offered Jack some magic beans in return for the cow. Jack took them and went home. His mother was furious, questioning him, "Are you my son of a living nightmare?" With that, she threw the beans out the window. It rained that night, and the next day, the magic beans had grown into a beanstalk that reached into the clouds and threw a hole in the ozone layer. Jack blamed the growth on acid rain. Jack climbed the stalk. Better to climb it than have his mother tell him to chop that big monster down. It'd take a week to cut that thing. At the top, Jack was greeted by a giant woman. I'm telling you, this broad was big. I mean, if this woman broke wind in New York, you'd smell it in Cleveland. She offered Jack some food and told him to beware of her old man who likes to little people. Strange. However, it wasn't long before Jack heard, "Fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman." Strange, and Jack was from Detroit. The giant continued, "Be he alive or be he dead, I crush his bones to bake my bread." We suspect he was the first rap artist. The giant then took out a self-playing magic harp and a hen that laid golden eggs. Soon the giant fell asleep. Jack grabbed the harp and the hen and did a Carl Lewis down the beanstalk. At the bottom, Jack pulled out his chainsaw and began cutting down the stalk. His mother came out and helped. "You should have seen him swing that axe." The stalk fell as did the giant. He landed creating what is now called the San Andreas Fault. With the golden eggs, Jack and his mom bought a mansion in Akron and lived happily ever after. They didn't like harp music very much, though.
Hey everybody, I want to tell you about something phenomenal. A casino night, November 13th. Bets for Vets. We're going to have some big headliners there. Tommy Marr, rock and roll legend from Long Island. Les Deegan is going to be there singing some crooning songs. We're going to have two phenomenal comedians, Tim Thompson and impersonator comedian John Santos. We're going to have a great DJ there. $20 admission. The door opens up at 6 p.m. November 13th. And it's 370 Vanderbilt Motor Parkway in Hauppauge. 6 p.m. November 13th. $20 admission. The doors open up at 6 p.m. plus a complete casino night. We'll have blackjack, slot machines, you name it. It will be there. Grand prizes, 50-50, door prizes, things like flat screen TVs. I mean, this is going to be big. So mark your calendars for November 13th. Please, guys, come out, support our veterans.
What are you looking for? You don't even know that. You don't even know you're on the ball list, so you can't even answer. I'm asking you about it. You gotta be highly skilled. You gotta be highly skilled. You understand that?
What are you, 46?
Are you well versed there? Are you very smart man? Hit me with some funny shit.
My shit's twisted.
Tell me something. Tell me something.
What do you have right there?
That's awesome.
Well,
that's a big.
That's nice.
You know damn well.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Sir, are you interested in twisted
talent?
Yes, I am. Sure.
See you guys twisted.
That's twisted. That's talent.
You see what I'm saying? You understand me? And if you can't whip out answers like that, that man is liable to go on a commercial break, punch your fucking mouth loose. You understand me? Time is up, sir. You understand me? You're on. You're the man. All right, give me your name now. I'm sorry.
My name is Willie.
Willie, where you working at?
We are twisted. We are awesome. Love it.
Can you repeat that question again?
What are you looking for?
We're back
on the Gagootz Show with our very special guest, Fran Capo.
Hello, how you guys doing?
Jeannie Powers, the vampire bat, is upside down.
She's taking a nap there.
This isn't Jeannie. This is just our prop that we have here.
A prop? So, Fran, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, it's so creepy!
All right.
Hold on. Sorry, Jeannie's stealing the show.
Yeah, well, she feels the need to get comfortable, and then I'll introduce myself. You good? You don't want a pillow?
No, I'm good.
You're good. All right. Maybe we'll feed her later on. So we'll give her a rat, keep her occupied.
Feed me, Denny.
Yeah. So okay, so tell you about myself. I thought you do the intro. I'll do the intro. So I'm a stand-up comic. I've written 18 books. I have done 4,500 television shows, and now 4,500 radio shows, 450 TV shows, 451 right now. I hold 6 world records, and I'm mostly known as the Guinness Book of World Records fastest talking woman.
Fastest talking woman.
In the world, yes, according to Guinness. 603.32 words a minute, which comes out to 11 words a second.
But when did you discover this? Like, how did you, say, you know what, I'm going to start timing how many words I can say in a minute?
No, that's not how it happened. Actually, I was working at WBLS-FM radio, and I was writing stand-up comedy for them. And kidding around, one day I said, you know what, I could do this really cool Mae West impression. And it wasn't even like Halloween or anything. I was just like, I could do this cool Mae West impression. So the DJ at the time just flings this weather and copy at me. And, in radio, when the light comes on, you have to start speaking. So all of a sudden I'm like, well, to see the weather and traffic is. And in the 30 seconds I happened to do it, a lady from the Daily News was listening. She said, oh, I'm doing a story on weather and traffic, people. How long you been doing it? So I wasn't going to tell her 30 seconds. So I said, I've been doing it for a while. She says, oh, well, what are you planning on doing next? But I had a lady from the Daily News. So I said, I'm thinking of breaking a world record. And she's like, for what? But I didn't have her for what? So I said, I can't tell you because it'll jinx it. So she says, all right, the article's going to go in at 6 o'clock today. If you decide you want to let me know, give me a call. So I run out, buy a Guinness book, start looking through it, see Fast Talking. At 5 to 6, I call her up and I said, okay, I'll tell you, I'm thinking of breaking the world record for Fast Talking. I'm reading it. I've never really thought about it. She goes, well, what's the record? I said, 552 words a minute. She said, what are you at? I went, 550. I said, those last 2 words are a killer. So she prints it in the paper. And the very next day, the Larry King Live people call me up and ask me to go on the show and break the record.
Oh, my God.
And to be honest with you, at that point, I didn't even know who Larry King was. All I heard was Cable, and I'm like, Cable, is this some kind of porn? And they're like, honey, no, this is a national show. I said, what if I don't break the record? She goes, Larry doesn't care that you break it or not. He just cares that you try it on his show first. So they said a limo will be at my house in 5 hours. So I'm over there sitting there going, practicing. I go on the show and I break the record at that time, doing 585 words a minute. And then I re-break it at the Guinness Museum in Vegas, doing 632 words a minute, which comes out to 11 words a second.
Oh,
and
my
that's how I
God.
got into the book.
How do you breathe?
I
'Cause
don't.
When I'm on the radio and I have to do my 1 minute wrap up, I'm like,
Yeah, so how do you breathe?
Well, you know, I guess it just comes naturally to me because what I do is I take a deep breath, and they've actually studied my brain. See, the Broca section of your brain controls speech. And so what they did was they did this whole thing on the Discovery Channel. You could look it up. If you go to my website, francapo.com, you can actually see it, or go to Discovery Channel on Frank Capo. And they did electrodes on my brain. And then what they did was they made me think fast, talk fast, do all these different things. And they found out that the Broca section of my brain actually fires off like volcanic activity. And so I think I don't see, when I'm talking to you guys, I'm a very visual person. So I actually see the words in my head as I'm talking to you, as if it's a teletape going by.
Wow.
So, and I don't see words like, the boy went to the store. I see the boy went to the store. And then I see the next thing. So when you're saying how do you breathe, it's kind of just like I'm keeping up with the words, and I'm just keeping up, and I'm just saying them, and then and then I wind up doing them. And it was also because I had like an excitement for everything in life, and because I do crazy things. I bungee cord jumped, I've scuba dived with sharks, I've driven race cars, I've flown combat aircraft. I do all these crazy different things. So I'm excited to tell people about the stuff that I do. So if I take a breath, I may lose time.
they say that for every one word a man says, a woman says 1,500. She says like 6,000.
Yeah. That's right. My boyfriend actually said to me, he goes, God forbid if there was only a certain amount of words you're allowed to say. He goes, in a few years, you'd have to be mute.
Oh my God! Imagine if you spoke Spanish. Like I can't just like throwing words out in Spanish. Like
it's funny that you say that because you're saying Spanish because it's the in the world, right? So I mean that means like in the Guinness Chinese book and the Spanish books and all the books in English, I'm faster than all those people. But I just had a video go viral last year, me doing the 3 Little Pigs in under 15 seconds. So I'm talking about people from Czechoslovakia and Vietnam and all these different places. So a Spanish station, this is what reminded me of, calls me up and they go, we're in Colombia and we'd like to do an interview. I said, yeah, but I don't speak Spanish. So they said, don't worry, we're going to have a translator. So we're going to ask you the question, you're going to answer it, and then the translator's going to say what you said. I said, all right. So they asked me a question, I say it, I wait, they translate it. Then they asked me something, and I said it. And a friend of mine who's Colombian said that after I got off the air, for the next 15 minutes, they were still trying to explain everything I had said.
Oh my God.
It's like, oh my God. And then she said this, and then she said this, and then she said that.
That's so funny.
Well, we showed a video just before you came on of you doing Jack and the Beanstalk.
Oh, that's one of my, you love that, yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
And it's funny because when I do that, a lot of times, I have a son, and when I would, read him bedtime stories, he would go, that's it, I'm not tired. It's just like, it's over. When I would get into a fight with my ex-husband, he goes, was they in a fight? I go, listen, none of when you're in it, it's over, you lost.
It's like a superpower.
Yeah, imagine
not getting a word in edgewise.
Yeah.
Done.
Oh, no.
It's over.
It's funny that you say this because right after the video went viral, this was last summer, it went viral, and then I was going to South Korea to perform for the military. I was stand-up comedy, so I was doing 17 shows in 10 days. So we started all the ways at the DMZ zone and all the ways went down to the end. And when we were in the DMZ zone, my boyfriend had said, be careful because there's a room, and if you step on the other side, over the table, technically, you're in North Korea. There's a door there. There's a door on our side. And people have been known to drag people out. And once you're in, North Korea, good luck getting you back.
Yeah.
So he said, God forbid if they capture you, they'd probably let you go. So I said...
It's like that kid that sang the choir.
So I'm thinking, oh, wow, yeah, imagine either that or they'd shoot me. And then I'm going through the museum in the DMZ zone, and a mother and son were captured. And the mother talked so long to the soldiers, they actually let her go.
Really?
So I went, maybe that is a superpower.
Well, that's amazing. I think that you told that woman, I'm going for the Guinness Book of World Record as the fastest talker, and you actually did it.
Well, you know what? It's like, at that point, I didn't know what to say.
So funny.
I just figured, I was really lucky. My mother always taught me that nothing is impossible. And my dad always taught me, to make a joke out of everything. So I also do motivational speaking around the world. And so I figured, well, if I do it and it works, it becomes part of my motivational speaking. If I do it and it doesn't work, it becomes part of the stand-up comedy. So either way, I could be a winner. So
that's awesome. Now, when you do your stand-up, do you talk this fast while you're telling your jokes?
No, I actually have a bit in the beginning. I do it because, they usually advertise me as the fastest talker.
Right.
So I do that right away because I have a tendency that sometimes when people meet me, obviously I'm not always talking at world record speed. So when people meet me, like I'll say, hey, how are you? My name is Fran. Oh, and they'll go, that's not so fast. My wife talks faster than you. So what I do is I always do it at the beginning of my show just so people hear it. And then I do my regular show.
Right.
And then I end by doing a fast-talking story. So I cap it with the 2 fast-talking things.
That's cool.
Otherwise, forget it. The act will be over
Yeah,
in
I'd be
5
like,
minutes.
they don't know.
I'd be like, damn, that was
Did
3
anybody
hours of
catch that?
material.
Now, you've made commercials where you've been fast talker, too.
Yes.
Right?
I think you actually have one.
We have one. We're going to show it towards the end of the show.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, and we'll set it up before we do it.
Yeah,
later.
I've done over 26 commercials. Not all of them are fast talking, but a large majority is fast talking. And it's funny because usually when I go in there, I'll tell you one thing. I mean, I've done a lot of movies, and so like I'm listed on IMDb and stuff with the movies that I've done. But the one thing I don't like doing, and hopefully this doesn't hold me back from getting a major role, but is I'm not the quickest memorizer. So a lot of times I'll just say, can I improv? And they'll go, no, you have to learn the lines. And so I'm like, but can I improv first and then do the lines? And usually what's happened in 9 out of the 10 movies, they go with my improv lines. Because obviously I stick with the realm of the script.
Right.
And so I've gotten away, luckily, with always going, let me say this, let me say that. And then they usually wind up using it, so it
worked
works.
in your favor.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you ever done any auctioning?
Now, here's the interesting thing that you say that. Because you would think that would be, auctioneers don't actually say all the words. So if I was to be, they go, and they do that. So if I was actually to do auctioneering, that would be a detriment to my record, because when you break the record, they have a machine called Alexa compressor that takes the word, slows it down, but doesn't distort it like a tape recorder. And then they have an Olympic timer time you to the 100th of a second. And then they have a speech analyst analyze every single syllable. So if you miss one syllable, when you're doing the record, the entire record is null and void. They don't just go, all right, minus one, minus two. The entire record. Now, when I actually hold the record, first it was 585 words a minute, then I did 632 words a minute. And then at one point, I did at 685 words, but I said the word. Now, I'm a New Yorker. So how do you guys say the word T-A-L-K?
Talk.
Talk.
Right. That's how I said it.
I say talk.
But
you say talk.
I say talk.
You say talk, but I say talk.
Yeah.
Talk,
and so they eliminated it. And because of that, I said, but I always say it like that. They said, well, the word is talk. I said, okay, but I don't even, I say water. I don't say water. I say Fran. I don't say Fran. So I'm like, okay. So, but they eliminated it. And because of that, I didn't get the record with me doing 685 words a minute.
Because you don't pronounce it the way they think it should be pronounced?
Because proper English, like how they call non-dialect, non-regional, would not pronounce talk.
Yeah.
They would say talk. So, and forget it. To try to learn that and talk fast. Yeah.
Next time
like,
my husband tells me to shut the hell up and that I talk too much, I'm having him call her. Fran, you need to talk to my husband.
You're just so
Get on
creepy
your
right
685.
Your face is so creepy.
Yeah, I know. Maybe we'll get to see Jeannie's beautiful face after a commercial
Oh no,
break.
I ain't got no makeup on.
No. She's in character. You can't look at the way she's sitting.
She's staring the hell out of me.
That's how I sit all the time, though.
Okay, well maybe you're not in character.
It's really me.
Now
Oh my god, it
thing.
is so comfortable.
Are you cold?
No.
Not at all.
No.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I have a tank top on underneath and just like my tights because I came dressed from work. So I just skirt on.
Yeah, because there are no clothes outlines underneath there. I don't see any pants or pockets or anything like that.
I have a tank top on underneath and just my stockings because I was wearing a skirt and a sweater and my boots.
That's pretty cool. I actually like that outfit.
Yeah, you do?
I do. I think yours is adorable. I think this is creepy.
Let me tell you something.
It is
when
creepy,
I posted
yeah.
this on Instagram after I went to a Halloween party a couple weeks ago, there was a whole morph suit like genre out there. They love this stuff, and I was getting these creepy messages from people wanting me to send them videos of me putting it on, taking it off.
Okay,
I was like,
yeah,
no.
There's the furry people too.
Exactly.
I had a gorilla.
The furriers?
Yeah, I have a gorilla mask, and this girl actually came over and started to massage my hands
This
and
is like
stuff.
a thing.
And I said, "Are you into the furry?" Yeah, they're into. It's a furry thing.
Oh my god, that's like the bronies.
What are the bronies?
The My Little Pony people.
Yeah, but those people don't actually get like sexually involved.
Yes, they do.
Do they?
They do?
With the ponies?
No. With the they get off on watching My Little Pony.
Do they though? I heard it was more along the lines they just watched it just to watch it.
With somebody.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah.
Good thing she's in costume, so she can't say who it is.
Anyway, we're going to take a short break, and then we're going to come back, and you can tell us about these books.
That'd be excellent. Are you cutting to the commercial?
We're going. We're going to show the commercial
after it's aired, so we won't set it up yet.
So,
okay.
You're watching the Gagootz Show on
Madhousetv.com. We'll be right back
with Fran Capo and the Vampire Bat Lady.
My name is Dr. Robert Brevard. I'm here for Multi-Medicine in Westbury, New York. We're located at 1065 Old Country Road, Suite 214. Been here for about 15 years. The practice has medical doctors, physical therapists, chiropractors, acupuncturists. We also do pain management, and we have orthopedists on staff. Here at Advanced Multi-Medicine Rehabilitation, we've got physical therapists on staff who treat an array of conditions, from neck pain to back pain, shoulder pain. We treat carpal tunnel. We treat a lot of car accident patients, slip and falls. We treat patients with knee injuries, with ankle injuries. We have state-of-the-art equipment. We've been here for over 15 years. Vast array of diagnostic testing, from x-rays to EMGs. What is an EMG? It's a diagnostic test that allows a doctor to determine where the pinched nerve is. Cora is a physical therapist at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. She's working on Stephanie, who was involved recently in an automobile accident. Stephanie has tight thoracic and cervical musculature, and Cora is doing some myofascial release work and some therapeutic stretching, doing it to help her with her pain. Vicky is also a patient here at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. Vicky is now working her leg muscles, specifically her quadricep muscles, trying to strengthen them after an injury she sustained. If you find yourself in need of any type of physical therapy, please don't hesitate to call Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation, located in Westbury, New York, in Suite 214. Phone number is 516-334-7000, or find us on our website at advancedmultimedicine.com.
Galaxy Luxury Coach is a full-service limousine and party bus company. Family owned and operated, we are an industry leader with over 25 years of experience in providing best-in-class luxury transportation for your special event. Whether it's your precious wedding day, an all-day wine tour out east, your high school prom, that special birthday, or just an amazing night on the town, our professional chauffeurs stand ready to ensure your special event is truly special. Galaxy Luxury Coach has one of the largest and modern party bus fleets in the New York area. Our party buses are simply nightclubs on wheels. Concert sound systems, light shows, lasers and strobes, multicolor LED lighting brilliantly lights your party bus inside and out. For corporate and more laid-back events, we will cater to your specific needs and requests. What sets Galaxy aside from all others in the luxury transportation industry is our attention to detail in customizing our services to your special event. At Galaxy, it's all about you and your guests. Galaxy customers return time and time again because they know they can trust Galaxy to help deliver those lifetime memorable moments. Step aboard and let your Galaxy experience begin.
Stretching under sedation or manipulation under anesthesia is a very gentle, very precise procedure to very slowly release any scar tissue that is formed as a result of a traumatic injury. Many people ask, how does this work? Will I get hurt? Will you stretch me too far? We only stretch the body part to its normal range of motion. After completing the post-MUA rehabilitation program, it's very common that our patients say to us, hey, I can play ball with my kid again. Hey, I can bowl again. Hey, I can enjoy hiking again. This is what makes it rewarding to us as practitioners.
Welcome to the Rehab Center located at 2025 Brentwood Road in Brentwood, New York. At the center, we offer chiropractic services, acupuncture, and physical therapy. We take most major medical, no-fault, and workers' comp insurance. If you need these types of services, contact the offices at 631-234-4949. That's 631-234-4949.
And we're back on the Gagootz Show. Yay!
Ta-da!
Right before we went to break, we mentioned your books, and we wanted to get to talking about them a little bit. So, and then we cut out. So we have 3 books here by you.
Yes, I've written 18 books, but these I felt were appropriate for Halloween, for it to be in theme. So one is Myths and Mysteries of New York, and the other one's Myths and Mysteries of New Jersey. And these are true things that happen, but stories that people are like, oh, come on, like, are there alligators in the sewers in New York? So then I did a lot of research, like, okay, you know, where did this come from? And it turns out that at one point in time, there were alligators in the sewer. And they actually sent down men with guns to try to kill the alligators. And they found that they were coming out through the pipes in the sewer. They would come out, they would go back in. And people were like, no, it's too cold for the alligators. There's nothing to live on in there. And they're like, what are you talking about? There's rats, there's mice, there's food down in there. And the way that they got there is people would bring little alligators that they had as pets from Florida, would come to New York and then go, whoa, too big. And they would let them loose in the waterways. And the alligators were looking for places to hide. And they would go in there. Now, it wasn't like there were a swarm of alligators.
What year was it?
Well, the first story about it was back in the 1800s. A story appeared in the newspaper. And the story that kind of set it off, I'm not good with the dates, just so you don't remember the names. I don't remember the exact date, but it was an article in the New York Times about these 3 boys, and this is before, electronic shovels. Obviously, a long time ago. And the boys were shoveling. It was a major snowstorm, and they were shoveling the snow into an open sewer. And so they were each taking turns, and one boy, when he was shoveling, he saw something move, and he looked in, and he could see that it was something, so he asked for a light. He looked down, he saw an alligator. So they decided to take the alligator out, like rescue the alligator, okay? So they went to the local store, they got a rope, they, lassoed basically the alligator. They bring the alligator up, and the alligator's like, still, it's in the snow, and alligator's not used to that, so it's still in the snow. And then, so these boys rescue the alligator, but then the way that they had lassoed it, they didn't really tie the mouth, and then the alligator went to bite. They got scared, and they wound up beating the crap out of it and wound up killing it. So they rescued it, killed it, and then they called the police, and the police...
The alligator ate them.
No. Sorry. Yeah, really. Oh, man, that's all. They killed the alligator. And so then they call the police, and the police go, well... I mean, it's not our job to come get an alligator. So they were like, well, what do we do with the dead body? So for a while, it stayed in the freezer of the local. Yeah, that's one thing.
It's delicious.
And I actually had tasted alligator feet. Have you ever tasted it?
I had feet, not the feet.
Yeah, the feet.
Just
alligator.
Yeah,
tempura down in Florida.
Yes, exactly. Wouldn't it? They have it so. So anyway, so then they came. They removed the alligator. And then there started to be more stories of it, and there were stories of alligators in Westchester, and then there was one that was loose, but they weren't big, they were still 3 feet, loose in Central Park, and they had to get people in from Florida, and then they wound up capturing it and putting it in the Central Park Zoo. So, stories like that. Then there's cold cases that people haven't resolved, that I actually went and spoke to the DA and got to look at he goes like this, he goes, don't touch the evidence. I go, why would I want to touch the evidence? And then my fingerprints are on the evidence. Why would I want to touch the evidence? And, so there's all stories in there. The Dakota where John Lennon, was shot. There's stories of his ghost being seen. Some people have said that after he passed, they would hear Give Peace a Chance being hummed. There's a story of...
They're crazy.
Some dope. Well, that could be one reason. Everything is, goes by, oh, we are saying. But
my mom sings that song to her dog.
And does it work for the dog? Does the dog then become friends with a cat?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
It did, actually.
It has magical effects. So, I mean, and then there's stories of, people actually being there in the morning and seeing a little boy and a little girl playing, and the little girl always says the same thing to anybody who's seen her. She'll be like, today's my birthday, and they're like, oh, and people have had conversations with this little girl until she walks in the closet through the door and they realize it's a ghost.
Oh my God.
So there's stories of all these things. So the books are filled with the most haunted road, a sane asylum that's been haunted, and unsolved murders and things like that. The Montauk Project. How far are we from Montauk? We're in probably, I don't know how far we are. Okay,
solid hour.
So
more than that.
Okay, so the story of the Philadelphia experiment. You guys remember that? Where back in World War II, there was a Navy ship called the USS Eldridge, and they were at that time trying to figure out. It was the first time ever they were attempting to do stealth technology. What they wanted was the ship to not appear on radar.
Right.
And so they had 33 crewmen on board, and this is documented in the movie The Philadelphia Story with witnesses. And so they start this experiment, and Tesla worked on it.
The Philadelphia Story is about AIDS.
The Philadelphia Experiment.
Philadelphia Experiment. Experiment, not story. Story is about AIDS. The Philadelphia Experiment is about the ship.
Oh,
okay. And Tesla was...
yeah. And Tesla was in the other one, too. No. Okay.
Tesla had AIDS.
Yeah. So then...
He got it from Thomas Edison.
That's it, yeah, because he didn't like it. He was stealing all those patents. So he said, fuck. Okay, so anyway, so that what wound up happening was when the ship disappeared, it actually... physically, because they were looking at the ship, this is the story, disappeared, reappeared in Virginia, was gone for 3 hours, and when it reappeared back in Philadelphia,
everyone was gone.
They were melded into the metal of the ship. arms, legs, and
Bermuda Triangle.
And so it was, but then years later in the 60s, they decided, well, we hear that the Germans are working on time, trying to warp time and doing mind control. So they started doing experiments out on Montauk in a 9-story underground building. Everybody thought the top was abandoned. And at a certain point, there was this SAGE radar. And actually, if you go out to Camp Smith out in Montauk, this is where over that building is. It was an abandoned military zone. The radar supposedly would go off, and animals and people during that hour that the radar would go off, but mind you, nobody knew these experiments were happening, started criminal activity started to increase, people started acting bizarre, and when the radar went off that had set out the signal, people went back to normal. So there's all these stories.
That's why all that Montauk shit was happening over the summertime. That's why it was always in the news. Montauk this past summer.
Why? What were they saying about it this summer?
No, Montauk.
I don't know.
Oh my God, the village of Montauk
Speaking
is going
of
crazy.
in the news, what is in the news?
Oh my God, in the news right now? Lamar Odom and Khloe Kardashian are back together.
Jimmy does our current events.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Lamar Odom and Khloe Kardashian are back together because Lamar Odom spent $75,000 at a brothel in Las Vegas.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yes, he was found unconscious. He did some cocaine. He did some herbal Viagra. He just recently had 2 surgeries on his chest. We don't know if it was his heart or his lungs.
I mean, is it really true though? Is it even really true?
We don't even know. Cocaine and hookers apparently gets your marriage back together if you're Lamar and Khloe.
Yeah, right, because that's the short thing to say, we need to spend time.
He wasn't even sick. He probably didn't even try and die, really. He's just making money. He doesn't play basketball anymore.
So while they're getting back together, Halle Berry and Olivier Martinez are getting a divorce after 2 years. So...
Halle Berry?
I thought she was divorced.
Well, this is her 3rd marriage.
Oh.
Yeah, so
does she still have that baby?
She has a little boy. I
thought it was a girl.
She has a little girl that she had with that really hot dude.
Yeah.
And now she has a little boy with Olivier Martinez.
Olivier
Martinez. But he has anger issues. He just beat... He beat a paparazzi with a shopping cart, I believe it was.
Oh, with a shopping cart? What, did he just keep banging it into him?
A shopping cart or luggage. And yeah, we've got that going on. Yeah, lots of good stuff. And then Adele's brand new song, Hello, came out. Oh my God, beat Taylor Swift's record.
Yeah.
And I mean, I have that
it gets those goosebumps going.
I've got it on repeat. And you know, my daughter comes to me at work and she goes, I think it's about death. Because she says hello from the other side.
Okay, everybody's got an interpretation.
Hello from the other side, Adele says. Hello from the other side. The other side of what?
Of the
breakup? Like, what
with Adele, I would think it's
maybe she's interpreting it like,
How old's your
in
daughter?
her own way.
20, okay.
With Adele, I would think it's the other side of the dinner table.
She's lost a lot of weight.
Because she's fat.
Yeah.
She's fat.
She's beautiful.
She likes to eat. She's beautiful.
I like to eat.
I know.
Ooh. Okay, stop it.
I'm in trouble with that.
Yeah, really. I like to eat and the stare. That's what gave it away.
Well, I believe Nicole said it. We said about Jeannie one time. We said if there was a zombie apocalypse, you would become a cannibal before they...
Me?
We were saying that...
she said it about me.
About her. That if there was a zombie apocalypse, you would become a cannibal before they ran out of food.
Yeah.
You would just start cooking.
Start cooking.
Hey, leave. This is my stranger.
All right. Now, I'd like to ask... Fran, you have one of these books is number 11?
That's the middle book. The number 11 on Amazon is Hopeville, the City of Light. Now... this is the really cool thing about this book. The other books, now here's where I'm going to sound weird now. The other books, should we show it to those people? See these people? Yeah. You people out there. The other books I consciously wrote. Hey, I'm going to write a book about, Halloween stories. Hey, I'm going to write a book about Almost a Wise Guy. Hey, I'm going to write a book about this, right? This is because she's in disguise. Okay. Give her a heart. And, but...
that one will disintegrate, too.
Is this the countdown?
Ticking.
I like this
ticking.
actually. That's really cool. It's really
the final
okay. There we go. We'll leave it there. And
Sorry.
And no, that's fine. Listen, I don't care. I mean,
We
I
go off.
knew
No,
it
we're
was
not
gonna
going
be
off yet.
weird
Yeah, we just
when, you know, I came,
can't help
used to
it. The
have
two of us get
rats.
together.
I got, you know, we got a bat sitting next to me upside down. We got a ticking heart.
We love it. You
It's
came.
crazy.
You traveled. She came from Bear Mountain.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, we were just talking about Bear Mountain today at work.
that's how far I traveled to get here.
Yeah, the girls at work, my daughter and another girl at work that she's going with, they want to go to Bear Mountain this weekend.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Oh, the colors are
Because
so
my best
beautiful.
friend just went there hiking, so now they want to go.
Oh, and tell them to try hiking Anthony's Nose, which sounds like a weird thing you want to hike. Why would I go up Anthony's Nose? If you're Italian, maybe you do. But it's right across, because when you get to the top of Anthony's Nose, you see the Bear Mountain Bridge, all the colors, and Bear Mountain. From Anthony's Nose, you could see that.
That's great. I went to Brooklyn to go to your sister's ass.
That was their biggest I had no idea.
Well, tonight, I left here at 3. And
Oh
I
my
got
God.
here at 10 to 6.
We'll say it on a Sunday morning.
A
How long
Sunday
would it
morning,
take?
it would take about 2.5 hours.
That's what I told them. Like two and a half hours.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
All right, so
We're going to take a break. So we're going to show a commercial that Fran did.
Yes.
For so you want to tell us about it?
Yes. Well, so I get called by Volkswagen. I know they're going through a whole thing right now.
Oh my
current events.
gosh, with their emissions, shiesty bastards you are, Volkswagen.
Okay, but prior to this happening, I got asked to do this, and they were looking for world record holders. So I got picked as one of the people, and well, I will say this: they did not give me any lines. And they did not let me see the course. You'll see the thing there. But I love adventure. We did it in one take, and they said, say whatever you want at the end. And I'm the fastest talker, not the fastest reader, but they made me read in the car, so you'll see.
And here is the commercial.
Good job, Betty.
Yeah.
This is the Volkswagen Jetta GLI. It's got a sport-tuned suspension and a 200-horsepower turbocharged engine. It's fast.
Before I said,
This is Fran Capo. She's the world's fastest female speed talker. She's fast. Fast versus fast. Can the Jetta GLI complete one lap before Fran can read the entire Gettysburg Address? It's time to find out.
4 score and 7 years ago, our fathers were forth and that's counted in a new nation, conceived of liberty, dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived is dedicated to long endure. We've come to dedicate a portion of that field. We gave your life and the nation went altogether fitting and proper that we should do this all together. Concentrated far above the power to detract. Really?
That was the warm-up, right?
Hey everybody, I want to tell you about something phenomenal. A casino night, November 13th. Bets for Vets. We're going to have some big headliners there. Tommy Marr, rock and roll legend from Long Island. Les Deegan is going to be there singing some crooning songs. We're going to have 2 phenomenal comedians, Tim Thompson and impersonator comedian John Santos. We're going to have a great DJ there. $20 admission. The door opens up at 6 p.m. November 13th. And it's 370 Vanderbilt Motor Parkway in Hauppauge. 6 p.m. November 13th. $20 admission. The doors open up at 6 p.m. plus a complete casino night. We'll have blackjack, slot machines, you name it. It will be there. Grand prizes, 50-50, door prizes, things like flat screen TVs. I mean, this is going to be big. So mark your calendars for November 13th. Please, guys, come out, support our veterans.
And we're back.
Ta-da!
So we're going to finish up talking about the last of your book, we cut you off for, you said it was 11th, and then...
It hit number 11 on Amazon, but the thing about this book was the others I consciously wrote. This book, I'll give you the backstory of it. So at 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm sleeping, at least I think I'm sleeping. All of a sudden I hear, get up, you have to write a book. So 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, I don't know who you are, but I'm not writing a book. The voice keeps saying, get up, you got to write a book. Turn on the light, don't see anybody, turn off the light. They're like, get up. This book has a message that will change the world. And I'm like going, okay, look, not at 4 o'clock in the morning. I turn it back on. They say, write the name down. Now, it's a little creepy. I don't hear a male or female voice. So I write down, Hopeville, the City of Light. Write it down. Next morning, I got up, take my mom to school, my son to work, go to this place where I'm going to have my car fixed. I go to work on my other book that I'm doing. I've never had writer's block in 10 years. I start to write, cannot write for the life of me. So I went, I'm not going to sit here for 3 hours. So I said, what's the name of that book? I write Hopeville, the City of Light. For the next 3 hours, I write this book. And I cannot tell you, I did not know what I was writing as I wrote it. The guys, when I wrote the word "the end," they went, your car's ready. They went, that was really creepy. You didn't move, you didn't breathe. I said, I actually think I wrote a book. I said, I can't tell you one word in it. When I went back to look at it, it was a story about a little boy who gets bullied, a widowed mother, a successful businessman, and an old man who feel that nobody's listening to them. On the same night, they say a prayer to an angel. The angel tells them if they do one thing, they could change their lives and the lives of everybody else. They each think they don't have the capacity to do it, but they listen to the angel. They have some challenges, they do it, and they wind up transforming the town. This book has been given to military men, it's been given to people, and usually what happens is people say to me that it's a book that when they're in time of need, it's very comforting. It's kind of gives you 44 secrets to happiness.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is wonderful.
That's a great
I know a bunch
book.
of people that need that book.
There you go. I have them in the trunk of my car. Sell them to you.
And you wrote it just off of
I cannot. I honestly, it's the weirdest thing. I swear to you, I can't really feel. I
maybe
wrote
it was
it.
the angel that wrote it.
Well,
maybe it was the angel.
Maybe
that,
you were possessed.
Yeah, but in a good way because it's a good message.
Yeah.
Yeah. But everybody who reads it, and I'm not trying to, but it hit number 11. Everybody who reads it comes back usually and will buy like 10 books, 20 books, and give them out as gifts. So they are perfect holiday gifts.
How much does it run?
I only do them for $10 because I want to make sure everybody can get copies of them.
Great.
That'll be my Christmas presents.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I need
Yeah,
to
I'm going to
send
buy
those
two at the,
Thank you.
the
Okay.
end of the show.
Oh, great. Okay. I really do have them in my car. I bring them
Yeah,
everywhere.
I believe you. That's why I told you I'm going to buy
And I actually have given, when I went to South Korea, any military guy who wanted it, I would give him a free ebook copy because I felt the military deserves to have
that's
it.
nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very good. Well,
So-
we're closing out the show here. We're coming to an end. The Mets are in the World Series.
Let's go,
Let's
Mets!
go,
Yeah,
Mets!
let's go.
Woo!
I'm a Yankee fan, but I want New York to
New
take
York,
the trophy.
yeah, of
Take the trophy
I'm a
home.
Met fan,
I hate
so-
these.
Yeah.
I hate these haters. I hate the. I'm a Yankee fan. I hate the.
Just stop it.
You know, stop it. It's been
New York.
15 years since the Mets have been in the World Series. Wish them the best of luck. I hope
Exactly.
you win. Put that trophy in the
think they're gonna
rotunda
win.
there.
I do. I think they're going to win.
I do too. I have a good feeling. 6 games. I say Mets in 6. Knock wood.
Yep.
Okay, Jeannie, you'd like to say a few things?
Let's go, Mets. That's the only thing that
All right, and I thought of one thing. Nicole asked me earlier, my horror movie. My 2 favorite horror movies are The Howling, which is a werewolf movie, and The Exorcist. How could it be Halloween without The Exorcist?
I love Cujo.
You know what? I liked Cujo too.
Yeah.
That's really scary. That was one of like the first scary movies I seen as a kid.
And yeah, the birds. Scared
I
the
didn't-
The
Jesus out
birds.
of me.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Psycho. Yeah, we can go on and on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Rebecca, but that's not a horror movie.
No.
For my 15th birthday, for my 15th birthday, all I wanted to do was for me and my friends to go see the Nightmare on Elm Street at the Brookhaven Multiplex, and my mom had to take us. So, because we couldn't get in because we were under,
Oh, yeah, you
under
have to
17 or
come
under
with a
18.
guardian.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember that when they used to have the trilogy Do you remember that it was like an Alfred Hitchcock thing? And there was one with that doll.
Oh, Trilogy of Terror.
Trilogy of Terror.
With
that
Karen Black.
Yes, and that one doll, that creeped me out.
The doll?
You know, it was this doll that someone sent her, and then she kept trying to get rid of it, and she would
Chucky?
burn it in this.
Yeah, yeah. No, not Chucky. A little voodoo doll.
Chucky.
And he's like coming after her and trying to stab her.
Karen Black,
and
yeah.
she couldn't get rid of the doll no matter what. She tried to burn it in the oven. She tried to do all these things, and that thing freaked me out. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the Karen Black. And before we go, I just have to say, I own the doll in Twilight Zone. I have the doll that talks, Talkie Tina. I'm Talkie Tina, and I don't like you. With Telly Savalas.
Oh, yeah.
I own that doll.
Oh, my God,
Very
that's
creepy.
Yes.
And I don't like you. Ooh.
I'm going to kill you.
Yeah, she says.
You better, at the end, she says to them, you better be nice to me, or I'll kill you.
Oh, that's creepy.
Yeah, I have people that won't even look at the doll.
No, that would be me. I'd be like, get away from me. I don't like it.
Anyway, have a great week, everyone. Thank you, Fran Capo.
Thank you,
so much
Thank
for
you
coming
very much for
all the way
coming.
from Bear Mountain
There you go.
to
Now
Long
your kids
Island.
are going next week. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Great guest. Thank you, Jeannie. Beautiful as always.
I'm sorry I didn't
Thank
come
you.
as John Wilkes Booth.
Yeah, you are sorry. I know.
Good night, you guys. Let's
Have
go.
a great
Bye.
week.
And
Bye.
Jeannie,
Have a
what
great
will we
week.
do?
Happy Halloween.
We'll see you next Tuesday.
Toodaloo.